quick overview. And for you guys that just came in, my name is Brian Hoylman. I am the Chief Strategy Officer for Inside Real Estate. I'm on with Eileen right now, and she's going to be starting a team, and she'd like to know how the team add-on process works. For those of you that have a team already, it's pretty simple. I'll walk through a quick 15-minute overview of that. But in the meantime, I'm also going to do a little bit of kind of business practices and strategic initiatives that you guys will find very helpful. And then again, this is being recorded, okay? So first and foremost, when you build a team, Eileen, and all of you guys are here and you have the platform, you guys all have individual kvCORE systems. What that means, Eileen, is that you have your own personal platform, and that any marketing you do, you can change your website, as you know, you can do WordPress, but it's individual. You just see your world, okay?
Okay.
And what's important that everybody realize, and no one realizes that I come across, is that it is independent and private and personal. I want everybody listening in, I'm very emphatic about this, independent, private, and personal. You guys all maybe come from other companies where you're afraid the broker, why use the company-used platform, right, Eileen? Because I'm going to build my team, or I'm going to build a platform, and the company is going to have access to all my leads. I put in my sphere, and I don't want the company to have access to everything that I have, right? That's
Right.
A little bit of a fear everybody feels. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And so all of the agents that are on this call sometimes will say, oh, well, I got the core system, but I have a team. I have Boomtown, or I have Commissions Inc., or I have some other team I'm paying. I had one meeting earlier. One of the agents had 5 sync platforms, and they were paying $1,500 a month when they could just have their kvCORE team add-on, and they would save literally over $5,000 a month just in software costs alone, Eileen. They didn't realize one factor. When you guys want to build a team with kvCORE, it is an independent private team platform. What that means, this person has a team. His agents are on the system, under the system. They report to this system. Even though this is Big Block, he has a team. It's his private site, his private domain. If he ever leaves Big Block, he can take his team plan with him. Does that make sense, Eileen?
That's awesome.
And there's no missing a beat. Your leads are your leads, and you own them. And First Team or another vendor, all of you guys, your broker doesn't have access. Those are your own private leads. So David, if you have a team and you do a team add-on program and you generate 5,000 team leads, they're owned by you as the team owner. Your agents can't remove them, and the broker doesn't get access to them. It's private. It's your independent private system. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because we're the only platform that really does this. And it's super important because it's the one huge value proposition that I get asked about that people don't quite understand. So let me just see, I have some questions and I want to answer them before we move on. Yes, that is correct, Adam. You can buy kvCORE for your business, and you would pay normally $1,200 a month or $750 a month for a super small team. That would be the only way you could get kvCORE if your brokerage doesn't have kvCORE. And keep in mind, generally speaking, we do not provide individual agents kvCORE unless they work for a company that has it, guys. So once you have kvCORE and you want to build a team or have a team, you get a huge discount. There's no setup, there's no long-term commitment, and you have your own independent platform. If you ever decide to leave the company, your platform goes with you, and you would just pay the normal pricing as you leave. Many of my teams start their own brokerages, and they just leave their company and they have their own program. The companies are mixed on that. Sometimes they love that. Sometimes but the reality is the barrier is the major discount. You're saving thousands of dollars by going to work for a company that has kvCORE. So this is a really exciting thing that we offer that no other platforms, no other brokerages offer. So Eileen, if you're going to recruit somebody to your team and you're at First Team, wouldn't it be awesome? You have a great message to tell agents that work for Keller Williams, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I love kvCORE.
So you have the ability to go to somebody and say, I have a team I'm building, I have a lead gen program, I can put you on my team. And that agent that's on your team, now they have an independent private platform for themselves. But remember, it's your brand now, Eileen. So it's your branded site. It's your branded. And you can do a full-on custom WordPress site. You can do your own site. You can build your own ecosystem within that brand, but it's your branded platform independent to you. Okay? Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to go through this, Armando, real quick. And I hope, hey, Armando, how are you doing, buddy? So we're going to jump on and say how the agents find it if you're brokers, how they get started on this. Because as broker owners, if you're listening in, you want to be promoting this. You want to be recruiting this. You want to know exactly how you can recruit teams with this because you have a super value proposition. There's thousands of teams out there that are paying anywhere from $1,500 a month to $2,500 a month just for a team plan you can provide and recruit with this. So if there's brokers owners on the call, let's walk you through the process. Armando, she's really good. Thank you. So let me jump into the dashboard here so you guys understand. So when you log into your dashboard, all of you have access to an agent dashboard, Eileen. Now, when you decide that you want to do a team add-on, what's going to happen is you're going to come into your marketplace. And when you click on your marketplace, you're going to see team add-on here. Do you see that, Eileen?
Yes.
You click on this, and then you have an option to do a private coaching demo with me, where I talk to you about building this up and how easy it is to set up your team. And then you have a little video to watch on how to do it. So if you guys want a little video, and it goes through the order process. And then when you're ready to add the team, you click here and you go through the order process. The team add-on is $3.99 a month for 15 users. That would normally cost you $1,200 a month if you were to buy that if you wanted a kvCORE system. $1,200 a month, guys. That's what it normally costs anybody who wants kvCORE with that many agents. So as a team leader, you have the ability to come in here and get a huge discount. What it's creating is a full platform. There's no setup. You walk through the process, you order it, and then this is the really cool thing, Eileen. When you order it, you have a separate go live, and the go live team sets up your own private team website. Okay?
Okay.
After you get the site set up, then you have a private coaching session, training session with a team success trainer who goes over and helps you implement the team system with your team. So it's a completely separate private onboarding and a completely separate, like you bought it, you just didn't have to pay a $1,200 setup or anything. You just go and you order it. It takes about 7 days to 10 days sometimes, and you've got a whole full team system. And those of you that have Boomtown or Commissions Inc. or are looking at all these team systems, or you call me to want to buy kvCORE, you don't need to because you already have a great team platform already in the system. Okay, that's how simple it is. But what it gives you is a dashboard now that you run your team on. So Eileen, rather than come in and see your world, you're coming into your business, your dashboard, and you have a super admin. So now you see everybody's calls that need to be made, everybody's tasks that needs to be made. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's awesome.
You see all of the to-dos and everything that's happening for the team. You also have your own personal system still, right? And then all the agents that are on your team, nothing changed for them. All we did is assign the first team agents on your team to your account. So now they're not reporting to the first team account really, they're reporting to you now and your brand. So when the email and when they send it, it might be Eileen, your domain might be Eileen, the orangecountyteam.com. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then the agents are, their website might be julie@theorangecountyteam.com. And their email might be julie@theorangecountyteam.com. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So as your team members brand and market through your team independent system, it's building Dawn, your brand, Donna, your brand. Bob, your brand. Brent, your brand. Everybody here, it builds your brand through the system. You just get a discount. And so you're tracking how your agents are performing. And then when you come into business analytics, it tracks all your agents' calls, how many calls they make, what they're doing. So when I come into agent performances and I go here, it's telling me, did they log in? How many dials they made? And so all of you guys can manage your entire team and everything that's happening in the system, and it's going to break down all of that for you. Okay? This is a dummy data thing, so it might take a second to load. It's not the actual normal dashboard. So the point I'm making to you guys is that all of you guys have the ability to track all your individual business analytics for the team, your individual marketplace, and those of you that have Loop or SkySlope, that then creates your transaction portal for Loop or SkySlope for your team. So you're basically converting this over to a master super admin as though you bought the brokerage. So basically, Eileen, you're getting what we did for first team. You're getting your own independent first team program, like the whole company has. You get your own private little one.
Wow.
Okay. So is there any questions? Because I'd like to move off into some team lead gen and how lead routing goes and how you kind of some of the cool features. But are there any questions about the team kind of overview of how powerful it is that I need to cover that you guys have questions about? I know some of you had some questions. Is there any other questions you guys have? Please raise your hand now before we move on to the fun stuff. We have a question. Let me go down a lot. On the dashboard, how do you differentiate team members from yourself? So when you log into your dashboard, and remember, you have a team super admin, so you have a separate, as a leader, you have your own login for your team account, and that shows you all the agents and what's happening. As an individual, you log into your individual account. When you log into your smart CRM, for example, it's able to track leads that are generated by the team leader that then get round robin to your agents. And you're able to see kind of here, you can filter your leads. And when you come into here as a team leader, you're able to say by assigned user. And so you can track which agents are assigned the leads and which agents are not, which lenders assigned. You get a complete overview of what's happening. And then you can also filter your leads by behavior as a team. What I like to do when I coach teams that have this system is I like to have fun. I'll pull up all the most active leads in the system. I'll check a box here for all my agents, and I'll come in here and go, oh, I'll send this text if you guys want to write it down. I'm showing homes next week, and then comma, would you like to? You're worded different ways. Would you like to take it any? Or would you like to look at any homes next week? Okay, something like that. And I'll send that out to 500 people, and 20 minutes later, I'll get 80, 90 responses, and my agent's phones start blowing up. Ding, 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 Eileen, over and over again. And they freak out. They're like, how'd that happen? Because they don't do it, right? I'll pop in and every week just send out one text message to all my agents' teams, and teach my agent brokers to do that, Eileen. And I'll get like 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10, 15 appointments where the response back is, no, I'm not in the market to look at any homes next week, but I'd love to look at the homes the following week. No, I'm not in the market right now, maybe 2 months away from buying, right, Eileen? And it's so fun. And their phones just blow up with people responding in 10 minutes. And the agents just get freaked out. Like, how'd that happen? I'm like, oh, I just sent one text message.
That's really cool. That's a great tip.
So the reality is, as a team leader, you have the ability to come in and market, or your ISA or your admin. You now have a way to provide that service for everybody on the team. just like, but remember, it's your independent private team system. So what you're doing is independent from what the broker sees. Cool? Okay. I hope that answered your question. So let me see, there's a couple more questions here. Is there a way for me to easily see if an agent on the team has past due? Yes, so on your business analytics, when you log into it, it breaks down, and this is a dummy data thing. Your business analytics breaks down number of dials made, logged in, when they last logged in, how many calls they've missed, how many actions they didn't take, and then it scores your agents based on a percent, and it gives them a grade. And you'll see that from all your agents. And then if they fall below a certain grade, it'll kick them off of lead rotation because they're not doing their job automatically. And then you can then put them back on. So it basically holds your agents accountable, and it micromanages. So it doesn't just give you that report, Mike. It actually gives them on a timeout. So you get to set the rule. And then if your agents don't work hard, they don't get leads anymore, and they come to you to get back on. So it's really cool. And then let's go for lead routing, because I think, Jenny, you can have, yes, you're designating who the super admin is, Jenny. So that's you yourself, or you can have a different person be that admin, or they can log in through the same username and password, Jenny, at the same time. So there's a couple options available to you. Now, as you come into your dashboard, you have different routing rules that you want to set up. So which is really cool about this system compared to the competitors that are out there, you can set up your rules, and it's not setting up only one rule. So Eileen, let's say that you had 5 members of your team, and you had 2 of them were in, say, Capistrano, or down by, down South County, okay? And then you had another 3 members of your team that were working more over in, say, Anaheim Hills. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
You can set up a lead gen routing that your leads are routed to your South County team separately than your agents in Anaheim Hills. And then you can does that make sense?
Yeah, that's extremely valuable because I cover a huge area.
Right. Or if you had, some of you guys have Zillow and you want 2 agents to be on Zillow because they're better at follow-up, or you want your ISAs just calling Zillow leads, right? And then you want your other agents working the internet leads, or how you want to set it up. You can create different groups, and you can have different routing rules for those groups. Once you've added a rule or you've created it, then what it does is it then automatically calls everybody in the group. So every time a lead comes in, you can have it be Shark Tank, and everybody's phone rings at the same time, and the first one that answers gets the lead. So no leads are missed, and leads are instantly called. If you want it to be round robin, you can do that. But that's not the really cool part, Eileen. And Mike, I know some of you have some questions. What's really cool is, Eileen, you make that first call, or your agent makes that first call on your team. Can you really guarantee they'll make a second call, or a third call, or a fourth call, or a fifth call, or a 10th call, or a 20th call, or any of that? Can you make sure that happens?
Not at this time, no.
So the way the system, the routing is when a lead first comes in, it tells your agent to call. If they don't connect on the first call, you can have them call back 10 times in 3 days, 5 times in 3 days, and it queues it into their queue. It loads it up into their tasks and to-dos, and they have to make those dials. If they don't, it counts as missed opportunities. They get a bad grade.
That's great.
See, guys, and I'm going to ask, somebody may have some questions about that part, because that's super cool. If you guys don't have your agents call leads at least 5 to 10 times in the first 3 days, 85% of leads don't pick up on the first try. And if you don't keep them trying, then you're missing out on opportunities. Those leads might buy on Zillow. It's not the first call that matters. It's the multiple calls after. So there's a 3-day period where you control number of dials you want your agents to make, and it's all automated. Okay? After they go through that lead routing, then that triggers all the actions after that. So Eileen, you want your agents to call back. So over the next 2 years, all the actions, emails, texts, and things that your agents have to do every day, Those are all pre-set up. So the system predictively looks at your leads' behaviors. Okay, guys? Your behaviors, what your leads are doing, and it tells your agents when to call, when to go to the bathroom, and what to do, and tracks everything if they don't do it. You need to call this lead because you haven't called it in 15 days. You need to call this lead because they came back after being gone. You need to call this lead because they've recently opened an email and they've recently came back to the site. You need to call this lead because they bookmarked the property. You need to call this lead because of this action that was taken. I mean, you guys already know some of that's happening, but I'm just kind of giving you some high points people don't pay attention to how cool this is. And it's tracking whether they do that. Now, if they don't follow up, how much, and this is, I'm asking Eileen, but everybody probably has this question. This is the most best thing we have in our platform. It is the most dynamic thing for your teams. And it's the most important thing team leaders know about, and they probably don't understand. So Eileen, how much do you know about this behavioral automation and been taught what this is?
I know nothing about it.
So I want you to imagine that a lead came in and you called it and your agent called it and they didn't get a hold of it. And then they called it and didn't get a hold of it. And then you're going to stick them into a drip campaign, right?
Right.
Okay. And this is for everybody listening in. How many people here like getting emails, drip emails from other websites? Eileen, do you like, if you go on to Amazon or do you really like getting drip emails from sites you've registered on? Do you enjoy them? Do you like them? Do they really make you happy?
If they offer something of value, but in general, no. I'm tired of so many emails.
And just think about the agents and the leads that are out there. They're on Zillow, they're on Realtor.com. I'm really passionate about this, guys, and this is really important. So give me some time to explain this. Eileen, think about your people and all these agents. And then I ask the same question. Eileen, as an agent, how important are drip campaigns to you? And your honest first answer is really important, right?
Yeah.
But you just told me you hate them. How do you think your consumers feel, guys? They hate them too. Stop. They're not important. What's important is to engage with value, like you said. Well, if you have thousands of leads, how impossible is that, Eileen?
That's impossible.
Okay. Hence behavioral automation. This is AI. So Eileen, a lead comes in, you bookmark it, they come in, you never call them, you try to call them, no, they don't respond. 3 months into this, you've never heard from them, you've given up. Not a drip campaign, you have the behavioral trigger comes in and they bookmark a property 3 months from now and they get notified, ding, 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 Eileen, you did this. You don't follow up. The system texts the lead, hi, Julie, I noticed you bookmarked this property and I have some information on that listing. It's Eileen, would you like me to send that to you? You didn't do anything. You could be in a coma. Okay. And then the lead doesn't respond back. Okay. A month from now, the lead comes back and looks at 10 properties in one day. And they get an email or text from you saying, hey, Julie, you seem like really active on the site today. Do you have any questions about the condo or homes you've been looking at? Because it knows what they're looking at. Okay. And then the lead responds back, who is this? And the system responds back, it's Eileen with First Team. I know you've been looking at condos and residential houses. Is there anything in particular you're not finding? And that's all automated. You're still in a coma.
That's amazing.
And wait, it keeps going. So then next time you're at the grocery store, and guys, everybody, and I know there's some questions, next time you're at the grocery store and you're in line and somebody behind you goes, hey, Eileen, it's Cassandra. You're my agent. It's nice to finally meet you. And you're going, who's Cassandra? Because this happened to me. I got a testimonial about this a couple weeks ago. The agent was in line at a grocery store. The system, she comes in all the time. The system's responding. The agent never did anything. And the lead thinks it's her, hears her name from the checker, and realizes it's her agent. Now, if you find any other CRM as a team leader that can do that for your team without your agents ever logging in, you tell me. That's what behavioral automation does. So it's creating engagements automatically 60% more often without you ever logging into the system. Once the lead becomes a client and you're working with them, you want that turned off. So the whole point of this automated CRM from kvCORE is to create more clients for your agents and team without them doing any work at all. So the more leads you put in, the more clients you get, and your agents are working with more deals. And Eileen, that's completely automated.
That's fantastic. So maybe I can keep my pipeline full and not keep going through that up and down cycles.
Yep. Is this the most important thing, setting up property alerts? Yes, Jenny. We're going to talk about some tips now. You got the behavioral stuff I'm passionate about. And Adam asked the question, I've never once worked a lead like that. One message, sure, but never respond to clients reply. Adam, it's crazy how many times the more leads your team puts into the system, how many more leads that they're just going to respond, that are just going to come up. Remember, Adam, that 5 years from now, when you have 5,000 leads, how important is that behavioral automation at that point? It's just incredibly important that you guys know how that works, because it's going to create activity without your agents doing the work. I still want you, Adam, to do your normal stuff. Oh, I know. No, it does. If you have a question, Adam, on that, book an appointment with me. If you have your team, book a private demo with me. We'll walk through and I'll show you that. And I can even log into your dashboard and walk you through some stuff, okay? So when you archive leads, Adam, you never archive a lead unless it's a bad email or bad phone number. It's like a dead lead, like Mickey Mouse. Never archive them. Leads are never dead, ever. A person looking today might buy 5 years from now. You never archive them. Mickey Mouse buys more homes than anybody. The reality of that is that you're just in some state of activity, and you want the system engaging them and you engaging them. Eventually, when you talk to them, Adam, and you know something about them, then you can drop them into a hashtag, or you guys can create team hashtags that you use to nurture those leads in a more that you've talked to. So the goal is to poke your leads, to get them excited and want to talk to you, and to continue to do that forever. So you have a state of new leads or people you've never talked to. Active leads are people that are just active on the site or have some sort of level of higher activity. And then clients are people that you've talked to that are in an actual buying decision process. And so the whole goal is to create more clients, Adam, and do that through either an ISA, behavioral marketing, mass communication. But drip campaigns generally, they push people away from being clients. They annoy people. So you have to be strategic in how you do that. What I'd like you guys to do, if you create a team account, is I'd like you guys to make sure that through your marketing autopilot, that your campaigns that you have, if you have team campaigns, they're more action-based, telling your agents over the next 2 years, hey, text the lead today, email that lead today, call that lead today. Oh, or it sends an email out, and then you send a text message reminder to your agent that an email was sent, and they should ask if they got the email. So you can create an entire communication plan, and it's more action-based, and then the system requires your agents to take those actions, and that can be automated, and that's through smart campaigns or your scheduled mass emails. I know somebody had a question. I want to cover it. What if they unsubscribe? That's a good question. Guys, unsubscribes are really interesting. Most people, when they have emails when they have emails through Gmail, a lot of times the Gmail will ask them, would you like to unsubscribe this person? And they don't even remember who you are. So you guys have to remember that when you're dealing with teams, to educate your teams and your agents that the best leads you can call are unsubscribed. Hey, did you mean to do that? Hey, I know you unsubscribed. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to check and provide good service. Was there something you're missing? Have an unsubscribe script text ready that you send, or call them. I have my top teams have their ISAs go through the unsubscribes and call them, and they doubled their production. Oh my God, I didn't mean to unsubscribe. I didn't even know who you are. Yeah, I'm still in the market. It's just a real critical thing. That doesn't mean they don't want to do business. They don't know who you are. So give them a reason to do business with you. And I find that calling or engaging the unsubscribes is one of the most productive things you can do for your business. On the team add-on, to do the team add-on, when you go to the marketplace, if you want to do a private consultation about setting up a team add-on and saving a lot of money, you just say, get this, and right here you can book a private demo with me. And when you book that demo, I can go through like a private walkthrough about your personal team and if this is a good fit for you to do. And it's just a 15-minute call or so. But anybody that wants to have a private consultation on that, that's all they have to do. So we have a few more minutes and some more questions that we have. And keep them coming, guys. I can pretty much answer anything. I want to get into not the lead portion. When I end on this, I'm going to give you guys all a script, and it's in your support portal for your teams that I get about a 95% consultation, 95%, 90+% appointment rate off of on every single call you make, or it's not an appointment, I should say, but you get into a positive consultation. You're never going to get blown off, and your ISAs or your agents are going to be more productive on every single call they make. So we're going to cover that. I got about 8 minutes, and then I want to go into that scripting. Does that sound good? Would you guys like one of the best scripts that you could ever use in real estate? I'm going to show you how to get access to that, okay? Great. So when you go and do the team add-on, part of this is about being able to market as a team. So all of you know about the landing pages and the lead engine and be able to generate leads. Remember, when you're looking at other team add-on services, like Boomtown and Sync, they do team lead gen where they generate leads for the team leader, and those trickle down to the agents, like trickle down economics. That's not as productive as empowering everybody on the team to generate their own leads, and you generate leads for them. And kvCORE is the only system that does that. So if you're not doing this as a team leader, you're missing out on this. So what I want you to think about lead gen as a group effort or admin. And what my most successful teams are doing right now, guys, is they're having kvCORE days. So if you guys want to write something down and get something off of this call for your teams, is, Eileen, you want to have a kvCORE day with your agents. So every Tuesday or every Wednesday, all of your agents get together and you do a landing page. I did this for one of my teams in Las Vegas, and we came in and it was this, guys. But if you have a brokerage in Vegas, it was and all they did is join a bunch of Raiders groups. And then they posted out landing pages for Raiders fans, because guess what? The Raiders fans are going to be buying 3,000 to 5,000 properties in Vegas over the next 2 to 3 years. And they've generated hundreds of leads and multiple deals. Landing page is all about attacking the marketplace strategically, not trying to find people that want to buy houses, but attacking your marketplace. So Eileen, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for you, because you can go in and do a landing page right now. You have a team or you don't. kvCORE day. Tell me something that you like to do personally. And I don't mean like in real estate. I mean like, do you have hobbies? Are you in the PTA? Do you have children? Do they have sports? What is it, something that you're involved in? Personal.
Animals.
Animals. All right. So you might have dogs and dog park groups, and there's next door. Why don't you organize okay?
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out. You can go through a neighborhood and organize where you're going to walk around, because you have a key card, and you can take people on a dog walking tour. I'm just throwing something off the top of my head. I had somebody that was in the road biking, and I said, why don't you create a biking tour around Miami and send an invitation on Facebook to all your biking groups, and you'll do it. And he's like, oh my God, I never thought of it. What a great idea. Real estate lead gen for teams is about empowering your agents and yourselves to connect on a personal level with their personal people. You're going to get far more production out of your team, and you're going to get 5-10 leads per week per agent on a kvCORE day. You guys all paying attention. Every agent comes in, they do a landing page, they target a group, they do a landing page, they target an audience, they go on, they do an open house plan. Every week, you guys should have kvCORE day with your teams where you all get together in your team dashboard and you create team marketing initiatives, and you'll start generating 5-10 leads per agent per week. Doesn't cost you a dime. You don't have to spend a ton of money on Zillow, and you're going to get better leads. How about this? Agent was a PTA, and she had hundreds of parents. She did a fundraiser, and each little widget was a different event to raise money for the school. She generated over 450 leads in 1 week.
Wow.
Those leads ended up being listing appointments for her because parents moved, but they had her brand. You know, my most successful tip, and I'm just trying to connect you guys away from this idea of building, and this is a marketing system, not just a pay-per-click system. She told me, what do you like to do? And she goes to farmers markets, and she has some products she sells, but she has a real estate team. And I said, why don't you open up a real estate kiosk at the farmer market? So when you go, the homeowners can come and check their value, and your team does CMAs on the spot. And then you have a rental section where they do consulting on how to get into rentals, no money down loans, as well as that there's, debt to income ratio, credit repair, and you have little things that you're going to consult with them. And she's generated more business from having those farmer market stand, and it's free for her. And she gets hundreds of people, homeowners in their local communities going through her little kiosk every weekend. Does it cost her a dime? Real estate is about connecting to people and using your lead gen systems to empower your team. This is what kvCORE is about, guys. It isn't just the lead storage device. It isn't just routing the leads to your agents. It's about creating a team ecosystem that you own and you build. And by the way, guys, if you want to recruit people, then you take your lead gen teams and you get a team user account and you create it as a recruiting account. Okay, guys, everybody listening? So you can create a user account, make it a fictitious person, the recruiter on your team, and then you can actually do marketing pieces, drip campaigns, and landing pages around recruiting. Come join my team. Come to my kvCORE day. And you can advertise to Keller Williams agents and other agents that are not part of your ecosystem, or EXP agents, or whatever you're trying to do as a group, and target non-kvCORE, REMAX, whatever, and you're recruiting them. Join my team. Whatever you want to do, and you can post that on the Facebook to people. I hope I'm touching some hot buttons for you, because you were talking about bringing agents to your team. Why not do a kvCORE day in first team, do a kvCORE, start organizing that, and you'll find that agents want to be part of your group. You find that helpful, Eileen?
Very helpful.
Good. Let's see if anybody has any questions so we can get to the script, because I know that when I start getting in the landing pages and talking, yeah, I'm getting some good positive feedback here. So before we get into the script, I'm going to give you guys. So are you guys excited about the team add-on? Everybody thumbs up. Eileen, your thumbs up. You see that?
Yeah,
the value.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay, everybody thumbs up. Good. So before we leave off on the script, this is a tip for all of you, because you notice I'm going to connecting to you guys as a group and making this more about strategy, because it's easy to put your team together. It's easy to have the team platform. You want strategic initiatives about marketing it and things like that. And so one of the things that you need to know in real estate is we're often chasing people that want to buy and sell homes. Eileen, I'm assuming you want to find that buyer, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Or you want to find that listing. Now, Eileen, as a coach, trainer, and a strategic guy, can you tell me where that place is? Because I have built teams, and I used to be an active agent. If any of you guys can find the miraculous place, the list, the place that we all need, that you can find the actual buyer anytime you want, I don't know where that exists. Meaning buyers are somebody that are pre-qualified, ready to buy a house today. And a seller is somebody who's already looking to buy a house and wants to sell a house. That doesn't exist. You should be targeting people, and you should be creating an ecosystem as a team. We all know this, and maybe I'm just, preaching now. But Eileen, you're just targeting people. Do you know teachers have special loan programs, Eileen?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Why not go into Facebook and tell Facebook you want to target teachers, create a landing page that you have special loan programs for teachers and watch them register? Isn't that a better lead than buying a lead from Zillow for $300 for that lead?
Oh, absolutely.
First responders, special loan programs, veterans. Yes. This is easy. You guys should start thinking about your niches, your groups, your local community, and start engaging with them, because social media doesn't cost anything. It's really easy. Eileen, one of my most success stories was an agent came to me on one of these webinars and said, I like you, but she said, well, I have to take a break. I'm pregnant. She actually just had the baby. And I said, well, there's no reason to take a break. I mean, why aren't you generating a lot of leads? And she's like, what do you mean? I go, well, you're pregnant. I could go to Facebook right now and I could show you in your market, there's tons of mommy groups, new mommy groups, pregnant moms groups, networking groups on Facebook that are by the hundreds and hundreds of men and women that belong to new parent groups. And why don't you network with them, create landing pages, blog posts, talk about how you're a real estate agent and that you're having a baby and it's hard as an agent, and watch how many people actually hire you. She got 4 listings because new mommies want what? New houses. And I said, I bet you and your husband are talking about buying a house when you have this baby. And she's like, yeah, we are. I go, guess what everybody else in those groups are talking about? She's like, I never thought of that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of that. So if you start thinking about what you do, if you're a bartender, your hobbies, your biking, you connect your personal life and your agents on your team's personal experiences to marketing, and you'd be amazed on how much better results you guys all get. So that's my passionate thing, is that you're targeting homeowners and you're targeting renters. All leads are one or the other. They're not buyers and sellers until they make the decision. So you want to create a fish pond or a ecosystem that brings all of these people into your aquarium, and you're going to feed them property alerts and listing alerts, and those are automatic, and market reports, and you're going to ask them questions about what they're doing, and you want them in your ecosystem using your app, not Zillow, and you just want to keep feeding people into your ecosystem. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter what stage of the buying process they are at. They all can give you referrals. So just start targeting people. And yes, you can target people on Google, guys. Yes, you can target people on Facebook marketing. We manage all that. Yes, all of your leads from Zillow can come into this ecosystem. Yes, you can round robin. You can dial for dollars. But there's so many ways that you guys can bring people into your team add-on product, because this is a team marketing system. So I'm going to end on that. Let's get into the scripts. Is there any more questions on those things before we get into the script? So one question, Bob. A team add-on is if you have 3 or 4 agents and you would normally want to have your management, just book an appointment with me, Bob, and I'll privately go through that. Just click on the market in the market center and make sure that you set up a time to talk if you have a team. If you haven't built your team yet, Bob, then you might want to think about, how you recruit agents and get them on, and and when you're ready to kind of talk about that, and you have some agents that want to build, you want to build a team, all you do is click on the team add-on, you book a consultation, we'll go over it so you know how it works. That make sense? I hope that answers your question, Bob. On the marketplace, team add-on, and you can handle it. The team itself is $399 a month. There is no startup cost, and it's just turning your kvCORE into your private team account. But if you have any questions, Bob, we've been through that. Just schedule a time with me, and I'll privately walk you through that if you have any more questions. All right, ready for the script, guys? All right. So in your support portal, right here, I can come in here and go power scripts. Okay? You see that? And you see where it says corrective statement technique? All you got to do is do that. Okay? Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Write down power scripts, corrective statement technique. Okay? All right. You get to be my guinea pig. Ready? Eileen, I want you to pretend that you're really a consumer
Mm-hmm.
and I'm calling you just like everybody else that's on the phone tries to do every day. Now, keep in mind, guys, I've done this before at least 3 times, and the person I was talking to didn't own a home and within 30 days purchased a home and had no intention of buying. I've done them in person, live, and I've literally convinced people to buy houses when they didn't even think about buying a house. So, Eileen, I want you to imagine I don't know anything about you. You're a first-time lead from Zillow, doesn't matter. You've come onto my website and you've registered, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hi, Eileen. I noticed you were on my site today, and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Brian. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Hi, Ryan.
The reason I'm calling is I'm doing a little research for you right now on some of the listings you clicked on, and I just had a really quick question. I'm going to let you go. You're a renter, right?
Yes, I am.
Great. I do a special consultation for renters where I show you what your rent power is versus your buy power. Obviously, since you're on my site shopping, you obviously want to buy a house someday. You don't want to rent forever, right?
Absolutely. I definitely want to buy a house.
So, see, you're mine at this point. You're done.
Yeah.
We're in a consultation. That's how quick it was. You're mine. I'm going to put you on a path for success. I didn't ask you if you wanted information on the house. I didn't ask you what your motivation was. I don't care. I just need to know, are you renting? And I know you want to buy a house someday. Gosh darn it, I want you to do it with me. And I'm going to put you on a path to do that. You might have credit repair issues. You might want to be buying a year from now, or you don't know any better, and you don't know your debt to income ratio could be 60% right now. You don't know any of that. My job is to educate you, and I don't care about your intent. Right now, you're ready. I'm going to make you ready. I'm going to convince you this is the time. It's there, because 10 weeks from now, interest rates might go up, or a year from now, and you might be priced out of the house you want. You see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
So let me walk through this with you guys real quick. It's outlined here. It walks you through it, and it doesn't walk you through the script. It also talks about why. It gives you the why. And there's science behind this. So I know you guys can ask questions on this, but let me go through it with you from a science standpoint. It's very NLP. So when I said to you, Eileen, hi, Eileen, I noticed you were on my site today. I want to introduce you. Nice to meet you. That's a diffuser. That puts you off, that takes you off guard. Like, oh, you have to say nice to meet you back, right? It's about being polite. And then I said, I'm in the process of doing something for you. That's called reciprocity. It's promoting you having to do something back for me, which is to listen to me.
Yes.
You're mentally thinking this, but I'm playing with your brain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, I have a really quick question. I'm going to let you go. So I'm giving you your out you want, and you just have to respond to me. And so I'm programming you to always respond so you can get away, but you're never going to get away. So when I say you're a renter, right, that's called a corrective statement. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you use a corrective statement, the human brain cannot not answer. You're a homeowner, right? Yes, I am. Great. I have a special consultation for homeowners. And guys, I don't know what your special thing you do for homeowners is. It could be anything you want. I say list power analysis because I don't like using the CMA because nobody knows what that is, but every homeowner wants to know what their listing power is. So I love my CMAs. I teach agents to call list power analysis. Love it. It works. It's great. Have you ever had a list power analysis? No. What's that? Oh, it's great. I analyze what your home's value is, what you can virtually buy, and I put you on a plan. And then we do a reanalysis every 3 months until you're ready to list your house. But you know exactly what your market is, so what your buy power is every 3 months. Oh, really? Yeah, let's get you started on that.
That's cool.
So the reality of this is the goal is to find out only first before you have any conversation. You want to know whether you're a homeowner or a renter. Now, Eileen, if I would have said, are you a renter? That's a personal question that makes you uncomfortable to answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a corrective statement approach. You're a renter, right? Yes, I am. At this point, they're mine on every call. If you guys can train your team and your agents and your ISAs to start off the call by, nice to meet you, I'm in the process of doing something for you, real quick question, you're a renter, right? You will get a consultation on every single call. You put them on a path. And then you have a hashtag renter and a hashtag homeowner. Now, imagine your database, Eileen, of homeowners or renters. Doesn't that change your entire approach of how you communicate with those leads? Doesn't it change the value? Doesn't it change everything?
Yes.
So guys, this is really easy. So when you go into corrective statement approach under Power Scripts, it breaks it down just like I talked about. It breaks down the script, the why, and the science behind it. Okay? And there's some feedback on this. It works really well. It's great. It's really easy to train. The other thing about emailing or scripting is when you're emailing people or texting people, it's really important, guys, that you always ask a question. So what I mean by that is when I email you, Eileen, and I say, and this is in the script here too, this is all part of this. Eileen, if I email you and I say, Eileen, I have a list of properties for you, would you like me to send that to you? There's no obligation to do that. Does that make sense? I mean, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Eileen, if I said, Eileen, I'm doing some research for you and I'm going to put together a list of properties for you. It'll take me some time to research. Would you like to have that by Friday? I just obligated you to respond. I don't have to do it unless you respond. So I'm offering you a service and a permission to proceed. I'm going to do something for you. Would you like it done by this date? It's offering a service and a permission to proceed. I've obligated the consumer to respond every single time. If they don't, they're rude. And that creates an emotional connection to you on every email you send. So the next email you send, you can say, I didn't hear from you when I first sent you the email. I'm going to do this for you. Would you like it done? And now I'm just making them feel more guilty. And guilt is the real estate agent's best friend. Guilt stops people from going to Zillow. So this is a really good script for you guys to use with your teams. And let me get some feedback if someone has some questions. What time frame are you in? Margaret, just that calendar's open a lot. So Margaret, if you have a team and you'd like to do the team add-on or do that, you just book a time. You find the support portal right in your dashboard. So when you click on the support portal right here, it has all the things that you need from topics like landing pages, squeeze pages, and all of these things built. And you can just put in what you're looking to find out. I can put in landing page, and it's going to give me how to do this, or Power Scripts. And it's funny how this is all here for your teams, guys, but you don't often, Eileen, know this, right? It's all here. It's really cool. And it's just that I just wanted to make sure you guys know this. Marketplace, products, all of these stuff connects you to everything. So any final questions? Give me some feedback. Guys, I'd love to have some feedback. All this is recorded. Thumbs up. Can you guys give me some thumbs up? This was good. You guys got a lot out of this. Yeah, Kenny, do that. Get your team. If you haven't done a team add-on, get it all together, make an appointment. You start doing your kvCORE days, you'd be amazed on how much of an impact that has on your business. Yes, I just showed you, Benjamin, how to find that. Just go to I just showed you that. Great info. Awesome. And again, guys, book some demos. If you guys haven't done the team add-on, you have a team, or you're using like a third party like Commissions Inc. or Boomtown or some of these other expensive systems, there's no need to continue to do that. After you do the team add-on, you'll have direct access to me as well. You can work with me. I work one-on-one with teams all the time, asking questions. I'm always an advisor for them. We're going to be doing this regularly every week. So I'm going to do this every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So if you have teams in your offices and you want to start spreading the word, I'm going to continue to do this every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do this every week from now on. So this is going to be a regular thing, guys. So if you picked up some stuff, you missed some stuff, whatever. Encourage you to do the team add-on. Encourage you guys to book a time with me, more private setting. I look forward to it. There's no other final questions. I'm going to sign off. Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate the positive feedback. I hope everybody else got a lot out of it. And I'm looking forward to it. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And Eileen, thank you so much for your time and generous offer to be the guinea pig today. Everybody
Thank
else,
you.
yeah, I hope you got something out of it, Eileen. And if you're ready to build your team and you're ready to do your, I'm here in San Diego, you're welcome to call me or just go on the team add-on page. We'll do a private demo when you're ready to start adding your agents and want to build that up, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate everything. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.